YouTube, huh? Hell yeah, welcome everybody. My name is Andrew Thompson. This is my formal introduction. I'm a full-time musician, professional musician, whatever you want to call it, but I play music all the time, okay? And I want to tell you my story of how I got started and how I moved to Nashville to pursue this whole playing music full-time and all of the little stepping stones to doing that. Let's rewind back to 2016. Who remembers 2016? Holy shit, I feel old. I graduated high school in 2015, and then the summer of 2015 and 2016, where I'm from in Michigan, we did a bunch of graduation parties, right? And so we're at a graduation party, me and my buddies. I got a group of 6 guys that we all, or really 4, but sometimes it expanded. Had a group of 4 to 6 guys, and we would take videos like this and have all of us behind us like just freaking out, and I would be singing whatever song. The song in this context is Tomorrow by Chris Young. Tonight I'm gonna give in one last time, rock you strong. If you don't know the song, it's a great listen. So I post a Snapchat story of me doing the thing, and someone swipes up on it and she says, "Did you know that you can actually actually sing?" You know, it was something along the lines of, "This is actually pretty good." And I'm like, "Oh, nice." So I was a big Ed Sheeran fan at the time. We're still in 2016, and I bought a Little Martin from the casino. Let me give you the story on the casino really quick. I'm gonna try to stay, this is gonna be a longer video, but I'm happy that you're here listening. I'm at the casino, and I had been reading this book about manifesting, and I tried to manifest $300 exactly so I could buy this acoustic guitar. I could not win more or lose less than $300 while I was at the casino from 8 p.m. till we were there till like 3 a.m. And let me also explain, I went in there with $5 and hit the slot machine, and the $5 turned into 15. We took the 15 to play blackjack. That's where the story happens. So I bought my first guitar with casino money that I manifested. If you're about it, then you know what I'm talking about. If you're not about it, it doesn't matter. So I got my guitar, right? And I'm learning how to play G, D, E minor, and C, the cowboy chords, so I could sing songs. I start singing songs and post them on Facebook, and they start getting traction. And people are like, "Wow, dude, you're like, this is actually incredible. I can't believe that you sing. We never knew you sang, da-da-da." I played basketball my whole life, so it was quite the switch for a lot of people, quite the Troy Bolton, if you will, High School Musical reference. But, and I had always been like outspoken guy, and like a voice for my class and a voice for the student body and whatnot. Like, I wasn't necessarily like, "Go team," but I was like, I was one of the higher ups for our voice, for lack of words. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm trying to say. And I don't want to say popular, because I like to talk to everybody. And you'll learn more about that with me as we go forward in this journey. But so I bought my first guitar with the casino money. It instantly leads to me playing covers and people saying that it's good. I just message all of the bars around my area. This is about 2018 now, where I was doing a lot of lollygagging and a lot of working, a lot of different miscellaneous jobs that don't really matter. But yeah, so it's 2018 now, and I have this guitar. I don't really play it. I know how to play 4 chords, and I know how to sing a couple songs. I decide I'm gonna message a couple of the pubs near me, or I actually posted a post on Facebook that said, "Hey, if you know anybody like that hosts music or whatever, I would like to play." And then people left comments. The comments, there were a lot of comments and a lot of like local hometown pubs. So I played at a couple of the pubs, and we just promoted the shit out of it, word of mouth. All my friends, I was just like, "Dude, just come hang out. Like, you're going to the bar anyway this Friday. Come hang out. It's free, and it makes me look good." They started enjoying the music. What a concept, right? They're enjoying the music. So, yeah, we're doing this little acoustic thing, and it's horrible music, but we're doing sing-alongs, and you know, everyone loves a little campfire vibe. Let's fast forward to 2020. I'm trying to keep it somewhat short, but as detailed, all the important details, throwing it in there. 2020, COVID happens. Boom! Everybody stop. So I'm selling cars at that point. We all get sent home. And again, I can only play chords at this point, 4 chords at this point, maybe 5 if you include A and A minor or whatever. But COVID happens. We all get shut down. We're sitting there. Me and my buddies are all on Xbox because what else do you do? We're just sitting at home. So we're on Xbox playing Fortnite when Fortnite had first came out, right? So when Fortnite came out, if you don't know anything about video games or Fortnite, you need to know that Fortnite is arguably the biggest game ever. Ever. One of the biggest games ever. That's non-negotiable, argue. Okay, so while Fortnite's happening, there are millions and millions of people playing, and everybody's on that fucking game. Everybody. And so when we're sitting in the party chat in between matches, there's about 2 minutes, I'm in between matches, strumming, screwing up, playing horribly, right? As I keep playing horribly, when we get off Xbox, because you get tired of doing that stuff, we get off Xbox, I'm still playing the guitar. I'm still working on playing this song and watching videos and doing this, that, and the third. And COVID ends and all those pubs open back up. And I had met a couple people that had played instruments in my hometown, which we'll get on to the band in my hometown, because that's a great story too of how I taught each of them how to play their instruments. Mind you, I barely played guitar, and I taught someone how to play drums, bass, and acoustic guitar so we could play live, so we could put on better shows, so it could be a little bit bigger, because you know band is bigger than acoustic. So we get the band together, we work on 8 songs endlessly. I'm talking, we went and practiced those songs 3-4 days a week, all 8 songs in order with all the littlest details. I'm telling you, like shit that we shouldn't even have cared about, but I was trying so hard to stand out and so hard to be good that that's just how I tried to separate our band. Was that there's a lot of people in the scene back home that do nothing but really loud and really aggressive shit. So I was trying to groove, be smooth, have fun, make people want to dance and kiss rather than whatever that stuff was. And the raging isn't bad because I like to rage, but you know, for my show, this is what I wanted. So we're playing around town, and again, I had a lot of friends coming from the acoustic stuff, so they're coming out to the band stuff, and we start getting openers of other local bands, and they're bringing their people, and we're creating this community. And then I got the opportunity to play at a theater in my hometown for a band named Tantric. Now, we're not the same this way. Like, they play heavier stuff, we play smooth, groovy stuff. It was eye-opening to me, though, because I had brought 40, 50 people with me, and we had brought the most people by far, and I realized that they're having us there so they can fill up the theater, right, and all that stuff. So the business side made sense. Mind you, I'm managing a car dealership at this point. Let me tell you, from an administrative and a business standpoint, I'm managing a car dealership, so I understand the bells and whistles. I understand how to make the thing turn. I understand how to manage people, and I know how to work business. I know how to send emails and all of that jazz. So that part came easy to me, whereas like getting the music and the show and the stage was hard, and it took a lot of learning. Nonetheless, we play that show in the theater, and I realized we're a top act in the area. My band is a top act in my hometown, and it's been less than a year at that point. So keep going through that. We're playing all over the state of Michigan, all over the place. And finally, I realized my bandmates just don't care as much as I do. That's no fault to them. Some had jobs, some had families, some had different, like, just things going on, right? And this is how bands split up all the time. But for my story, what I'm talking about right now, my band we were on different paths, and I'm sitting at work, and I'm just twiddling my thumbs thinking, what can I do to expand? How can I get a little bit bigger? What can change? I had been told about Nashville quite a few times, and I had visited, but never, I didn't really know anything about it, right? One random August afternoon, I'm sitting there in my office. My phone rings, and it's my buddy who I moved to Charlotte with in 2019 for like 6 months, and I moved back home because I was homesick. I or 2016, I'm sorry, not 19. He calls me and he's like, hey man, we're thinking about moving to Nashville, and we thought that you'd be a good fit to be our extra roommate because I know that you like music and you're trying to do that thing, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Come with us. I sat there for a second. I'm like, yeah, I'll think about it, right? The next morning, I get we have a sales meeting, and my regional manager comes in and he's chewing everybody out. If you don't want to be here, then you guys can leave. Everybody walked out of the office kind of like pouting, like, oh, what a douche. And I called him back in the office and I said, I'm going to leave. I quit. He said, you know, like, what the fuck? That wasn't for you. And I'm like, dude, this isn't for me. And so I moved out to Nashville November 1st of 2022. And yeah, I didn't play my first real Nashville gig until May of 2023. I went to an audition. I went to the emergency room twice my first 6 months living in Nashville. I went to the emergency room near New Year's on Christmas or whatever. I'm a type 1 diabetic and I was having some complications with my insulin pump. December of 2022, I went to the emergency room, and then on my birthday, March of 2023, I went to the emergency room. I had an audition in December, and then it just didn't work out for other reasons that I can tell another story on. Anyways, I get my first gig, and I went to the audition of Tootsie's world famous Orchid Lounge back in, that would have been May of 2023. I went to the audition, and I go up there and I do my thing. I play Pride and Joy. They're kind of like, yeah, we could use you, but we'll have to find a band or whatever, da-da-da. That's on a Monday. Tuesday night, someone texts me and says, hey man, can you play tomorrow morning, 11 to 2 p.m.? Rippy's Roof, it'll be a full band, just send me your songs. I'm like, what songs? I have no idea what's going on. But yes, so I sent him a little set list of like a couple songs that I sing, and me and that band played together for 3 to 6 months. But that story can keep going. But I want to say that when I first moved here, that first band that I got into was the perfect way of explaining how everything works, because they were all brand new as well. And so because they were brand new, like the Broadway game is something you learn as a skill. It's the same way as learning to play the guitar, learning to play, and I'm speaking of Broadway downtown Nashville. You go out there and you play 4-hour gigs for random people that want to hear anything from Rush to Elvis Presley to Johnny Cash to Justin Bieber to Eminem. They want to hear their song, and you just have to know it. And it's the name of the game. You have to learn how to negotiate with all that, but nonetheless, you have to learn those songs so you can just nail it. Just do it. And as you play more together, you keep adding songs into your repertoire. So yeah, I moved to Nashville, and I've been playing here for 3 years now, at least 4 days a week, every single week. I play all over the street, but that was Tootsie's has been my residence, and that is like that's how it happened. I went to an audition. They told me, yeah, it might work. I mean, we might be able to. That's right. We might be able to find you a band, but like, we'll call you. And then next thing you know, I'm playing every morning, pretty much like a work week, every morning playing music. And then the songs, like you start to get a bunch of songs. I'm going on a total tangent, and if you have questions in the comments, just leave a comment, and then I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. I'll put a notebook next to me so I'm not as scatterbrained next time. But the songs, the biggest learning curve with the music is the songs, because you've got 5 people on stage that need to learn all these songs so you can fill up 4 hours, and then all the requests and everything else. And you know how I said that I leveled up from the band that I played with in Michigan? It was the same way in Nashville. After about 6 months, I realized these guys don't care. They don't want to play to what the crowd wants. And they do care, but what I'm saying is they didn't want to work the same show as I did, where we're trying to make the crowd have an experience and whatnot. They're still trying to do that, but this is all another video for why Broadway is different than playing a concert, different than playing a venue, etc. But the leveling up, I feel like we had reached that point where we were splitting paths, where they didn't want to keep going, and I was ready to keep going. So then I got booked with the training band, right? And the training band ended up booking me for 4 days a week, which was great because I was getting all the training, and we were getting a new co-front, new female singer with us every single gig. And I got to learn so many new female songs just from all these different people having so much, like just different songs. And shout out to the training band for knowing all the songs. All my songs, every single front, they just know them. It's very impressive. It's very intriguing how they just know the songs. And that's coming from someone that does it every day. Those guys know all the songs. I don't know all the songs. I know the songs that I know how to make money with, and I know like a lot of miscellaneous songs, but those guys know the standards, and that's impressive. That is impressive. Okay, this is a 16-minute video. If you stuck around, please subscribe, leave me a comment. I want to answer some questions, but also I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story so we can gain some familiarity together. I go live on TikTok every day for at least 2 hours before my gigs. I play Thursday through Sunday. So I'm live every day, 3 p.m. Central Time, 3 to 5 usually. And sometimes other times, like other random times if I'm just feeling the itch to play. But welcome to my journey, and I'm excited to meet all of you, and I'm excited for you to hear what I have to offer as far as a musician, as far as a human being, as far as a man, etc. So hell yeah. And everybody have a good day. It's Wednesday. Any day that ends in day is a good day. Cheers.